All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are getting into game number 4, OMG versus StarHorn Royal Club. OMG was really displaying a much cleaner level of play last time. Froskurinn, I think they might have a chance in this one.
We are moving on to game 4, so they certainly bought themselves an opportunity, and by bought, I mean Oriana and Cool.
Yeah, Cool was absolutely massive that game. Well, he didn't single-handedly carry it, but he certainly helped out. Those shockwaves, multi-million-dollar right there.
And it's just such a struggle, too. She's been played all 3 games so far?
She has a 100% win rate this
100% win rate, all 3 games?
Yeah.
Expect that trend to continue. I wonder if we'll see...
we just see a ban of it. Just like, all right, no one gets Oriana. She's too good.
Well, typically the answer is that you play the assassin because you just kill the AoE mid laner, and then you roam and you kill the other lanes. But either mid has really kind of stayed away from that. I mean, I guess we had the Ahri pick initially in the first game, but Cool really couldn't find his roam.
Yeah, it was curious there. I think in this next game, OMG can stick to that type of strategy, but let's see how the picks and bans play out, because those have determined a huge part of how these games have gone down, and I think OMG has found a bit of stride even with Dada. I think they want to prioritize putting him on Thresh again. That was pretty big.
Thresh was a big priority pick for them. Definitely think Oriana is going to be contested. I don't know if they'll go back to the Nocturne pick. Kind of on the fence about that.
I feel like it was just sort of a cheeky way of saying Drug can play whatever Insect can.
They had some, really creative uses for it when they were doing the 4-1 split push, and obviously utilizing the semi-global presence of the Paranoia and being able to get involved should a team fight break out. Aurelia, we'll be curious to see if StarHorn Royal Club try to take that pick away from GoGoing, because, we talked about the Oriana, but consistently, even through the games that OMG have lost, GoGoing is showing up on this champion in a big way.
Massively. And GoGoing has honestly been the reason when they have lost that they haven't lost as soon. He's somebody that StarHorn absolutely has to deal with, and you wonder if maybe they try the lane swap this time. I know this is not Uzi's style. He's going to want to force the 2v2 in a lot of situations.
Just to shut down GoGoing?
Yeah, just to deal with that early, because they know that Son's not going to have a great early game anyways.
No, I think that is a viable option for them, because I think you're 100% right. OMG has recognized that, hey, if we give this guy the 1v1, he's going to come out on top, and we can just, protect our bot lane play super passive. Son has never been, recognized as a lane AD carry. You can say has had some lackluster performance in the series so far, but has definitely always been recognized for his potential in team fighting. And obviously something is working for OMG, at least as far as last game. We'll see if they can continue that momentum into game 4, and we might see a blind pick, Pyra.
Oh, I would be very excited. It has not gone that way just yet. The Maokais will be everywhere. There will be trees. There will be Lee Sins.
There will be fizzes, I hope.
Yeah, and probably 2 Kog'Maws.
I don't know, the mobility of Corki and Tristana and Lucian is so very prized in China, because you have to think that they're so used to being everyone trying to dive them into that backline. Exactly.
I think Corki might be a little more contestable at this point, although I would love to see, in this particular game at least, Uzi fall back onto Tristana. He was just a monster on her.
I think he'll go Vayne.
Ooh, speaking of monsters, that's the scariest Vayne in the world.
I would love to see Uzi's Vayne right here now.
It might be time. It's playoffs. Can't hold anything back.
Well, 4.13, she got quite a big buff. Attack speed now scales with the highest attack speed in the game, up there with Tristana and Caitlyn, 4%. The damage on her ultimate buffed across the board, and of course, you think attack speed already scales so well with Vayne. She gets effectively a free BF sword every time she presses R, has that bork available, so I would love to see that come out. But into picks and bans, StarHorn Royal Club, this time on blue side. It's going to be OMG on the red side, and Alistair.
Yeah, there's the Ori ban.
Okay, so no one's getting it.
Yeah, not this time. We'll have to see how the mid lane does turn out. But does OMG focus all their attention on that mid lane? They've been doing it so far. Aurelia now banned away from GoGoing. He's still got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, but this will already be a very different champion pick phase.
Exactly, that takes away the two champions that Going has played so far in this series, Orianna and Alistar, so see what he's going to fall back on, whether that be his Shyvana, whether that be his Rise, you know, previously banned away from him.
Maokai taken away. That's pretty much been constant throughout the night. A lot of top lane focus so far, but so far the Fizz is still open for Corn. This is danger territory. Do they spend it there, or do they just let it through?
Likewise, the Rise still open. See if Going will go that route. Obviously, in a heated discussion with Alan right here.
They're thinking about it.
What's it gonna be, boys?
Still got 13 seconds. Easy there.
Are they gonna focus Corn? Are they gonna go after Insect?
Nah, they go for Corn. I think you have to. He's been a pretty massive force in the team too, but that leaves Yasuo open. And if Corn goes for that, it would also be scary. But yeah, they choose the Rise priority.
And this is so smart because it takes away from Going, and it also limits the fact that Yasuo should not be picked here because it's a counter pick. Come on, guys.
I don't even. They're really thinking about it.
They could try to mismatch it.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's a flex pick.
You don't want that to go into Rise.
No, most definitely not. So it might be like that weird like mid-top lane swap, but in the end they do lock it in, as well as the Lee Sin takeaway from Insect. But this is going to mean Thresh could go over into Zero's hands. Insect more than happy to take the Kha'Zix. He's been rocking it since the 4.13 patch. I think that was a mistake from OMG.
I think you're right. I don't think the success that Drug found on Lee Sin warrants this versus the success and the night and day performance from Dada on Thresh versus other champions. Could see the Braum though, you know. Hasn't tested that one out.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I think Dada has, you know, not the greatest track record on champions that can get blown up easily, but Braum is not one of those champions.
Stand behind Braum. Tristana, I would love to see from San. Again, self-sufficient AD carry, has hyper carry potential.
A great bot lane combo, by the way.
Exactly, and all of these games have gone very long, so
and look
playing
at
for that late game.
Wombo combo knockups as well. If they really do focus the effort, I mean, yeah, okay, so it's a losing matchup. Rise being picked before Yasuo, but this is going. Oh, wait a minute, okay, so if they do lock in the Mundo, that means they're committing to sending Rise mid.
Fun fact about Lucian, as it does get locked in, since the 4.12 patch, Lucian was not disabled in LPL. He has been played 10 times. Out of the 10 times that he's been played, he has only won twice.
Yeah, and one of those, I believe, XQ on LGD. And the other one was, of course, Name in that most recent set. So, yeah, Uzi has not had the most success on this particular champion recently. Now, hovering that Kale, this would be an interesting choice because it provides a lot of extra protection. I feel like they almost focus it on Going or whoever ends up going for the Yasuo. Oh, but hey, we haven't seen Shyvana for a while. For those of you wondering, that is definitely not Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
It's not even her final form.
No, not to level 6. So that is a mid lane. Cool on Yasuo, going on Shyvana. It's a bit of a throwback here for game number 4.
I figured he would go back to Shyvana, the Lord Flame of China.
Yeah, that guy will 1v1 anybody.
That said, it's the Rise Yasuo matchup. And big issue, Cool has been experimenting with the Yasuo on the Korean servers, trying to figure this champion out. Actually has not found a lot of success on it over there. You were talking about how he was ranked, you know, kind of in the top solo queue of Korea. He actually dropped, I think, like 16 places trying to figure out Yasuo.
I was going to say, it must have been all Yasuo play. Yeah, and it is curious that they're opting for that, but they must be confident enough in how he can play even in a losing matchup. I feel like of the two.
Is this a takeaway from, well, they had first pick, so...
I don't know. It's so hard to tell sometimes what they're thinking going through with this, but I feel like they wouldn't put Cool, one of their most important hinges, on a champion that he's not going to play well. Let's see when we get into game. That's going to be the big telling point in that mid. It is a losing matchup for him against Corn, but OMG on the ropes still, even after that victory in the last game. Can they pull it out, Frosk?
It is game, set, and match as we head out onto the Rift. StarHorn World Club versus OMG, game 4.
Yep. If they can win this one, OMG will force the blind match. and we will probably see coincidentally a lot of Lee Sins, but for now it's game number 4, and going on Shyvana. It has been a while, but welcome back, Dragon Lady.
Welcome back to the Rift. Here we go, see if any shenanigans come out. Looks like it's going to be a pretty standard line of scrimmage across the board.
No lane swaps, especially early like that. I don't think there's a need to in this particular setup. Everyone's pretty happy with the 1v1, 2v2. Going taking a few cleavers as Cola pokes him out.
Cola could really bully going out of this situation with the cleaver advantage.
Easily,
Yeah, not quite sure why he not recognizing his power.
Look at Uzi too, cheekily standing in the bush right there as he waits for San to check into him, but he will get the ward over the wall. Very smart move. San has been really adapting. It's taken him a while in this set, but I feel like he's gotten to a point of figuring Uzi's playstyle out. Now, against Lucian, it's still very difficult, but I think they can handle the bot lane now.
Yeah, but if they perform how they did last game and just, starve kills from Uzi, should see a lot of success. Well, Tristana will surpass, so that should be the mentality going into this.
I don't understand Kazac's dance. It's like when like a dog gets like into like perfume and he's like always like rubbing it off. It's kind of like what it reminds me of. It's like freaking out about something.
That was the most specific
Have you never had a dog?
I've never had a dog that got into perfume.
Well, I guess it was just me. I don't own perfume, for the record. But I've seen it happen.
I wasn't going to question it. I was just going to go with it.
Oh, man. With the pause coming in now, this kind of, gives the teams a little bit of a chance to think. Yeah, no, it's sometimes you say things that sound smart, sometimes spaghetti, right? Oh,
spaghetti.
Boy. This will be a pretty normal start for Insec. Grabbing Cola's attention to get the blue buff going. Lucian's going to go for a pretty early aggressive move, but yeah, the lane swap's coming in now, so he doesn't know it.
Ward just died too.
Yeah.
Here they go.
That's the straight late invade with the lane swap going in now, and Cola and Insec have to actually back off this blue buff. We'll see if he can get first blood out of it. Drug going hard now. Insec is low, forced to flash. And I think they'll just settle for stealing the buff, but that was a summoner as well. Nicely played by OMG with the early aggression.
Got the flash, and again, now kind of sacrificing, but this makes more sense, sacrificing Going's power because he's on a champion like Shyvana, not a super snowball champion like Aurelia, prioritizing the late game for Tristana and denying the heavy kill pressure of StarHorn World Club's bot lane of Lucian and Thresh. So
I think this is very smart, yeah.
Very, very smart. Very cautious.
Cool has to be careful, though. He is playing the losing matchup. He's taking a lot of poke from Korn. And he gets rune prisoned up pretty close to tower range now. If this gets focused out by Insec, it could be trouble for the Star mid laner.
This is a, so how this matchup works and why this is not fun times for Yasuo. You have to think Yasuo excels against low mobility skill shot based mids. Syndra, Ziggs, people like that. He can dash around, they throw their skill shots, they miss, and just, jabs them right in the eye. Ryze, of course, you try to dash around him, he's just going to lock you with a rune prison and just start queuing you to that.
As you say it, he demonstrates.
And likewise, it's very hard to get a very nicely timed wind wall just because Ryze is about movement speed, so he wants to run into you while he's in between his combos so he can get more bounces of his E off, and it's very hard to find the finesse of that wind wall. We do see a 4VO meta almost taking place here.
Speaking of throwbacks, that's happening right now, the 4VO. Originally popularized in China during that stint where we saw it happening all the time. Yeah, no, I remember. That was a while ago, man. Throwback, big time.
But then the other issue is that he's just going to grab an early Glacial Shroud and good night damage from Yasuo, so...
Yeah, they're actually bringing a lot of people here to answer for this one, and StarHorn is delaying finishing the tower off. Finally get it. Uzi with one more shot. And that will be a very early first tower in favor of StarHorn World Club. Meanwhile, they're focusing very intensely on giving San a lot of solo XP and solo farm. He's still down comparatively to Uzi, but he's completely uncontested. This is a really nice move from OMG, despite the fact that they've given up a tower.
So yeah, they're not trading any global objectives, but like you said, you know, prioritizing that Tristana. Unfortunately, Gogoin's wave is just not pushed more towards him. It's unfortunate how that panned out right now. He would rather have that, you know, farther past river, so it would be more threatening for Cola to come up here and to make anything of this, but for right now, perfectly centered.
Yep, Insec tag teaming back into the jungle. And a relane swap will happen. As Uziai's job is kind of done, they decide to send him solo to the top for the time being with the roaming Thresh on Zero. We were wondering when Zero might do this roam, and this situation is almost perfect for it to really do whatever he wants. Now, he looks to be moving up to the top right now, and he might need to help Uziai out, but he has the potential to help out other lanes as well. Looks like he's not going to do that.
This is a very smart adaptation from StarHorn Rogue. So we just praised, you know, OMG prioritizing Tristana, getting that solo farm and being the hyper carry, but effectively they'll hold up because he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, no, it's Rise rarely will go down to a Yasuo. I think even if it's cools.
So StarHorn, you know, recognizes that the lane swap is happening. They say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to now play the just tower burn. We're going to burn the tower down as quickly as possible. We're going to match you back up into this 2v2. So very smart adaptation to not allow this Tristana to have her way with the game.
Also, throughout all of that, Uziai was able to keep more farm against Son as well, and like a pretty big number of it. So that's kind of trouble. Now,
well,
Son
he proxied a wave.
Yeah, that's true too. Oh, whoa, what's going on down there? Korn is finding Drug.
Get off my
trying
lawn.
to get a deep ward. Yeah, no, you darn kids. You couldn't tell where he was going.
And it's really dangerous to invade right now because, you know, Rise is doing fairly well against Yasuo, and they don't have the synergy between the Dragon Rage and the Last Breath quite yet because they're not level 6, so a little bit of a risky move.
Son doing his best to pick up farm where he can, but they are getting pushed in by Uziai and Zero, who really are the tower pushing masters of this game so far. And I don't know. This is OMG playing it out very cautiously again, not trying to give an edge, but you know, if StarHorn recognizes that they won't take a fight under any circumstances, they might just try to push in.
We do have Insect actually mosing to the top lane, though. He is pinged out by OMG, so they know he's there.
That pink ward saves lives, although it will go down in exchange for the 30 gold given over to Insect now.
The river control from OMG right now, though.
Oh yeah, they've
up
got
and out
everywhere. Well, and there's a few wards out there for StarHorn as well. Now, Cool finding a little bit of work onto Korn, but he's getting turn damage. And, yeah, it's hard to go all in on that. Goodbye.
That is not fun.
No, but he's still got more farm, too. He's out farming Korn. This is a guy that everyone praises as having, like godlike farming.
Not quite to the level of Wayless, however.
No, that's true, but it's hard to compete when you've got Wraith camps and minions, right?
Spectral Wraith.
But first, let me take all the Wraith camps.
Let me take everything in the jungle.
Yeah, no, they don't even need a jungler anymore. Well, I mean,
Poor
to be
Chua.
fair, they, yeah, but hey, he didn't have the biggest impact on his team, so might as well put that gold into the pocket of someone who does.
No wonder he doesn't have a jungle.
Oh. So I wonder if it's a chicken or egg thing in that case. I don't know. What came first?
Too meta, Pyra. Too meta.
The way less or the Chuen? I don't know. It's a weird variation.
Nice win wall there, though.
Yeah, that was really, really clutch. And the Rune Prism was down, so Cool recognizing the little time windows. He's actually really not playing badly on this Yasuo at all. Cool, you know, is one of those all-time great mid laners. He should be able to make do on this, but it is a curious strategy. I think if they can last through the team fighting phase, they should be good to take fights. And again, the late game is on their side this time.
I just find it very curious that... Ooh, hold on.
Yeah.
No, he should be fine.
Stand behind Braum. Everything will be okay.
That they turn to untested waters in possibly the most important game of the playoffs.
Well, it speaks, I think, to a couple of things. One, the confidence level from OMG. They have the experience. They've been here before. They've been able to triumph in crazier situations. But speaking of crazy, maybe that's what you got to get a little bit dealing with StarHorn. This is a team that will keep you guessing.
Both these junglers, given the runaround by the warding on either side of the team.
Yeah, actually, they've been very
looking
neutralized.
for the dinks. Yeah.
Oh, going. He's going 1v1, but Insec is going to make those odds a little bit more even for Cola, who is in trouble. He gets the Mundo ult off. Going might end up being first blood, and it looks like he is. That's picked up by Mundo. Drug in hot pursuit, though. Can he find Cola? I think he will be able to in just a moment. Sonic Wave for the answer.
issue, though, is that the gold and the first blood went over onto Cola, whereas the gold for the assists and the kill went to the jungle. So Cola going to have an advantage there as far as just, you know, monetary advantage. See if Drug can get more involved with going to help him even that out. Nice lantern from Zero right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to think going is up a significant number of farms that maintains it's effectively neutralized. Just I don't know. It's hard to deal with the Mundo the later the game goes on, but going will hit a power spike earlier, and I think that was a nice recognition from Insect to say, well, let's even those odds while you're still going to have a rougher time.
And yeah, 12 CS equates the gold of 1 kill. Have to add a little bit to that because it's the first blood. The fact that he is rushing that Bork has the Cutlass available to him, so he should be able to, you know, shred effectively through this Mundo's health. And in fact, it looks like a...
that was a good hook, but that's going to be Glacial Fissure. Zero getting poked out now, and here's a teleport in from going, followed up immediately by Cola, but Uzi is by himself. Now Cola joins the fray. It's a 2v3. Going getting poked very hard out, but they get the stun off onto Cola. Son, not sure if he wants to take it. Meanwhile, the jungle is turning crazy. That's the last breath on Insect. He could go down. He's burning, and he does. That's cool, getting himself a kill. Corn by himself to deal with this 2-man, and it's tag teamed out. Drug coming right back on in, and that is a double kill for Cool. Exactly who you don't want to give the gold to if you're StarHorn.
And this is exactly what we were talking about when Drug made the initial evade, how it was very dangerous for him to do that because their 2v2, the jungler and their mid, hadn't hit their power spike of being able to synergize their ultimates. Uzi has to be a little bit careful there. Okay, Zero.
He's able to zone them off. I mean, it's pretty admirable that they didn't lose Uzi. I mean, that was a very necessary teleport in from Cola. But the jungle fight was in a way a lot bigger. It's 2 kills in the pocket of a Yasuo who is struggling a little bit against Korn. That changes the dynamic of this game very much.
Also gave him a nice big wave, so gets the CS advantage, gets the core item of the Shiv available to him. Right where he wants to be, see if he can keep it up. It's now just about, can Cool impact the rest of the map?
Yeah, that will be the telling factor here. They have a comp built around him, though. Everybody on this team has a knockup. And if they can get any of those proc, they will be able to get the last breath off. I think they're going to rely mostly on Dada. And by the way, going back to Dada, we criticized him very early on in this set for a lot of his trouble, a lot of his positional errors, but he has come up very big on champions that don't get insta-ganked. I think he's found his calling.
Just put him on the tankiest champion.
It's okay if he face checks a bush because he can't get blown up, right? That's the thought process. And now they're going to find Korn cool with the double buffs. Feeling a little confident, gets frisky in the mid lane, but maybe too much. Insect forcing the flash. Nice win wall. Insect is denied a kill, but that was close.
And like you said, it was a very nice timed wind wall right there to keep him safe. Speaking of wind wall, the synergy of Yasuo goes a little bit one step further because you're competing against what the what's the Braum shield called?
Unbreakable.
Is it unbreakable?
Oh well, it's unbreakable for at least one shot.
There we go.
Uzi, go going.
With the wind
Hello, jumping in, dragon form right now. Yeah, it's a scary dragon. 1v1 me, bro.
Take the calling.
Yeah, I think that's the nicest way to disengage it. But Uzi is, I think they relied a lot on this early game power spike, and it's in trouble right now. And now they have Drug going in for the dive. He's taking tower shots, a bit mistimed, and that's really not going to accomplish much more than scaring Uzi. But now the reverse collapse is happening. Korn is coming in with Insect. I think they have to make moves quickly. Drug realizing he might be in trouble, gets the ward off. Oh, he's stunned up, gets over the wall just barely. Oh, they get out. But that was even closer.
So perilous. Very, very close collapse from StarHorn World Cup. Could have spelled disaster for Dragon, of course.
Much room prison for Korn.
Yeah, expending his power top since the Dragon is down. No need for him to be on that side of the map. See if they continue to transition their power and their control towards this top side. Does he know he's there?
Yeah, no, he does.
Now he does.
Okay. Going might be in a little bit of trouble, and there's Insect to answer back with the kill. It goes into his pocket. That might have been a mistake, actually. They might have wanted to focus that one, but we'll have to talk about it in a minute. Zero is getting locked up. That's going to be the Yasuo ultimate, and he's not done yet. A kill goes over to Dada. 7. Cool is in trouble, however, getting moved away from all of that by Korn coming into the picture, but he is getting stunned up by the concussive blows. Cola is low as well, and they will zone them off, and that's going to be, if not a tower, quite a lot of damage onto it. I think that's going down.
The immediate aggressive response, seeing that the jungler had committed top, knowing where their numbers lie, and making sure that they synergize and stack those ultimates again. Recognizing what does my champion do, how does my composition work, and then utilizing the strength of this. This is much more the Chinese teams that we expected to show up than we saw in the first 3 games.
It took them a while, Froskurinn, but I think it's safe to say that these teams have finally gotten into shape. OMG has improved so much over the last couple games. Oh no, Uzi, he's in trouble. Ring around the big wall, and Uzi getting the flash off to save himself. Oh boy, the jukes.
A little bit of a BM there. Started to taunt before he flashed the wall. Still, you know, flash. He'll take it. Speaking of flash.
Speaking of jumps, yeah, Son getting out by the skin of his teeth. Drug, wow, he gets a kickoff. However, this is going to be a bit of trouble for Cool. Corn, more than happy to take that 1v1, but moving out to 2v2. Corn is low. Cool getting hooked in on a line. He's going low. That's a 1-for-1 trade for the mid laners, but Drug makes it 2-for-1. It's a good deal for Lee Sin.
Drug finding his stride. Very nice play from Zero right there. Great plays to trade at least something there.
Yeah, it was much better than what it was going to be in the initial, and that is the first death of the game for Cool. That's shutdown gold, I think, technically. He got the 3rd kill right before he died, so Corn has had actually a much rougher time than you might expect, but, you know, this is Cool. This is the guy that has one of the longest-standing best records on a number of champions, and he's so intelligent in the way he plays. You can just tell when he makes his moves, the kinds of decisions he does make. Yasuo is a champion that has the potential in the hands of someone like that to be a real huge threat down the line.
Obviously, that pseudo-Korean boot camp of Yasuo paying off for them. But I think the unsung hero of this game really is Allen. 7 kills in the game, has participated in 5 of them, but going now, actually caught out. Will he turn?
He might have found his match, Uzi and Zero right here. Oh, played back with the Dragon's Ascent going down, but he does dodge out with the flash, and the box was down for nothing. Summoner for ult Insec. They're really focusing out going, and I think this is the mistake now that Cool is starting to hit his stride, now that Son is getting bigger, and now Cool is going to find Zero right now. Here comes Cola in the picture, last breath, gonna go take Zero out of the fight. Cola is low. Cool, they're getting collapsed on though. Uzi, he's in trouble, he's down, and that's gonna be another knockup onto Corn. They're going hard in the paint right now, and they find themselves 3 kills. Insec, I don't know why he's sticking around. That's a terrible idea. Time to get out of there. And OMG muscled their way to a 3-for-0.
Where was this OMG in the first half of this series? A completely different team from them right now. Yes, they are focusing more on going, but it speaks to the fact that OMG has all-stars across the board. If you take out one, another one will step forward, and we're seeing that right now in Cool, although Dada...
Okay, what we said about him face-checking bushes, I guess, is still true. But apart from that, OMG is doing fairly well. That was honestly the first Dada mistake that we've seen today, or that we've seen today. Not today, definitely not today.
Today? In the last 5 minutes.
In the last 5 minutes, yes. No, we have had exactly 0 days without an incident. But in all fairness, it has been a much crisper game from OMG across the board. You've mentioned it before. Drug has been showing up huge. Yes, going is getting shut down, but as you knock one down, another one takes his place. Also, Son has come up big, staying safe. He's deathless. That's more than you can say for Uzi. Speaking of, they are pushing down this mid right now, so that's a nice reaction from StarHorn on the pick they were able to generate. And I think they can force the issue here and take this one out. Dragon is live, so this will be a fight.
Look at OMG's inventory right now. They come back with 4 pink wards, so obviously Dragon is on their mind, although StarHorn Royal Club may beat them to the punch here.
Yeah, but the teleport is up and it's being used. They might have to back away from this one. Drug is going to go in on this flayed back. Perfect time for Zero, but Cool is going to get the knockup onto Corn. That's going to be a last breath. However, he goes in for it. That's 1 kill. Drug wants to make it more. Uzi is in trouble. He's going down. Going coming up with his first kill of the game. And now Zero, eyes in his sights right now, and they just want to get themselves another kill on the board, and they'll find it. Zero going down to Cool. They even want to chase this all the way back into the base. Insec gets ignited. Cool going full hero mode, and that's another kill. They get themselves all 4 of them. Where was Mundo in that? He didn't have a teleport. Good night. And that is going to be 4 kills for none. Tower going to fall on the bot. They should be able to get themselves a Dragon easily out of this.
2 objective swing. Unfortunately, I can't pin up. Okay, so there we go. Mundo not even going to take a global objective in return right there. So OMG comes up huge. StarHorn has nothing to answer.
Yeah, the teleport abusing the fact that it was down was massive for OMG. And StarHorn, very slow to react. They thought maybe they could take the fight, but then all of a sudden the 5v4 was real, and that was a massive pickup. How big is Cool right now? He's 7-1-5, and they got themselves a dragon in their pocket. Froskurinn, all I can say is blind pick. It's looking like it might happen.
Blind pick's looking like Yasuo is what it's looking like. The unsung hero, though, I will say, Zero came up huge with that flay to disengage the Dragon Descent. If he had not landed that, I'm sure that Dragon Descent would have... Oh, gosh.
He's unbreakable. Uzi taking himself the 1v2, and he just knows. Gives up the ghost. Goodbye. And, wow, Son spent the ultimate unnecessarily.
It's got a low cooldown.
Yeah, it'll come back up. But yeah, they've again, OMG has amassed themselves a huge lead once again, and StarHorn seems to have no answer. Where was this team in the beginning of the set? I don't know, but whoa, Drug getting the insect kick back off into Korn, and they will focus him out. He's going low, boxes down, but they should be able to take this one. Korn limping away, but he finally goes down. Now Zero targeted out instantly. Insect coming in to try and make an issue of it. Zero going might be in a bit of trouble, but he does get a kill anyways, and Drug gets a parting shot off. Ooh, Insect wants to make 1 or 2 more kills out of it. It's a 2-for-1 so far. Insect might have gone too far forward. There's a Glacial Fissure. There's a kill for Hool. That's going to be yet another one onto Cola. And oh my goodness, Froskurinn once again. OMG coming up so massive. Uzi not able to get involved. And OMG is picking StarHorn apart.
This Yasuo is just too massive to deal with, sitting on a huge gold bounty. Has it gone back and sprint, so this is just going to get worse. Going tanked that tower for about 30 minutes. That was pretty crazy. When OMG is working as a cohesive unit and they're on top of the world, it's almost like this bash me bros mentality of just going Cool and Alan just ripping through people, and that's effectively what we're seeing right here, right now. Alan and Cool's synergy being exactly where they need, always making sure the knockups are being found. Where was this team?
I don't know. It's almost like when the game was on the line, they just kind of walked out and were like, all right, guys, it's time to actually win something. And they pulled out these crazy picks as well. The Yasuo being something that Cool was not known for outside of solo queue. It's paid off for them in a huge way. And I can't believe this is a 22-minute game right now with the number of kills on the board. Insect now getting caught up, and Son jumping into him. He is getting blown up, but even so, Son coming up with the kill. Everybody is coming up huge right now on OMG's side. Going taking the top tower out. This game is everything that's happening.
This
just makes me think, oh, I'm just getting this one.
Is this going to be the Baron? I wish we could see it. Look at that Cacao right into
great. And you called it Cacao because Insect's on the other team, of course.
The BM would have been if it was on Insect.
Yeah, no, so Baron is going down right now. Well, they're going to back away from it, and this is probably the wise decision. They might be in a little bit of trouble, actually, as we look down in the mini screen. We've got live plays for Ants, and this is in trouble right now. Dada actually doesn't go down. All right, Dada, good on you. He will try to run away from this one. They have lost Son, so they can't attempt the Baron right now, but they're still so far in the lead.
They can attempt to murder.
Well...
That's the 10-1 Yasuo
That's the gang up. That's the gang up on Dada. But yeah, this might result in a little bit more than they bargained for. And Dada's just buying a little bit of time. Now they go in for the flank. Zero is in trouble. Going with the Dragon's Ascent. In Drug is there. Gets the kick back on. And they just are using it as a zone tool as Korn just gets blown up by the Yasuo of Cool. And meanwhile, he goes in for another one. Zero taken down. That's another kill. He gets a double on this one. Can he get a triple? It looks like it. That's Uzi going down. Can he get the quadra? Oh, he can. And can he go for the pentakill? It will be a 1v1. And Ninsak is not going to give him a chance.
BM Insect. A little bit of a disconnect right there. Effectively, Dada was just looking delicious, high in fiber. He knew that Cool was making for the collapse,
that
so
mustache
no
is
reason.
high in fiber.
Exactly, no reason to spread the team out and allow StarHorn World Cup to pick up a kill and slip away. So he turned back, face his team. Initially, Cool did not follow up on the Dragon Descent. Got a little distracted with Rise. Nice moves there from Cool. Dashes out as Kazik jumps in. But, you know, he came through. Might have cost his teammates a little bit more than they wanted.
20 out of 24 kills have been participated in. by that mid laner. Cool, for the second time in this set, has come up just absolutely massive. You know how we usually talk about like how Clearlove is like the pulse of Edward Gaming, and like when he does well, the team does well, and he has like insane kill participation? I feel like Cool is that player for OMG.
I would definitely 100% support that. Again, the three all-stars, the Bash Bros of OMG are Allen, Cool, and Going, and you will constantly see when huge plays go down for OMG, it's these three guys just tearing through things.
Yeah, it's just insane. Also, to note, Asan and Dada have stepped up. I mean, a few mistakes aside, they've actually even been able to work with Dada 7 getting a high death count in this game. Not even really that high, to be honest. I mean, especially if you compare him to Zero right now, he's been in a lot of trouble. Two-man Baron starting right now. Drug, yeah, they've going to be able to take this, no problem at all. It's just easy peasy. Going, even applying pressure in the meanwhile down bot, and they're just scaring everyone from StarHorn completely away from this. 11,000 gold lead. OMG is just looking so far and ahead the better team these last two games. It's hard to find fault with them, but and then you look at the last two games and you're like, what? How are these the two teams? The same two teams?
Night and day. I mean, we were talking about it between games, Pyro, that we were, you know, a little upset that the OMG that happened to show in the first two games was the one that we were afraid would show up, but this is the OMG that we know, and easily taking that tower. Almost.
Oh, okay. Going is more than happy to take this 2v1 just because he can sustain it out. They can't kill him. Who's got the Mundo? It's hard to tell. And now they're going to take the flank fight. Kola is going to get his ult off, take the Lantern to safety, but that leaves Insect high and dry, and that's Son chasing him out. Of course, he will be able to jump over, but guess what? I got one too. Burns his flash just to get into the Dragon Pit, trying to escape from all of that. And effectively, StarHorn is just trying to stall out as long as possible. I don't know if that's going to work, though, considering the late game potential from OMG's side.
That moment when the AD carry chases the assassin off his lawn.
Yep, that's the moment you know OMG is in the lead, and they get themselves a dragon. They just keep taking every little thing they can. StarHorn Royal Club doesn't look like it has much in the tank, and they have to do some soul searching if this does go to game number 5. Oh man, Cool going on to Korn. He's running away. That's one kill. I guess I can 1v2 you. Why not? Kola trying to get out of there as fast as his Mundo legs will carry him, but that's a double kill on a 1v2. And Cool is just looking so amazing right now.
The tankiest member on StarHorn World Cup's team just effectively shredded by this Yasuo. Huge, 16-1-6. Unfortunately, this should just be a slow procedural loss for StarHorn World Club. They missed the window of relevancy for their composition.
Oh, and here we go. Wow, and all that Insect, yeah, he melts. Goodbye, good night. This is starting to look like the game is just about wrapped up. Cool, going for the kill chase. Don't go too hero. You got to get the game first, and they should be able to take themselves an inhibitor in just a moment. That tower is getting fired down, and StarHorn has no answer. They have such a massive deficit. They will try and try and try to just keep this game alive, but OMG, with their slow, methodical, surgical strikes, continue to dismantle this StarHorn team, and now they just wait in plain sight for the mistake to be made. I think this might decide the game. Glacial Fissure into Cool. Oh my goodness, Uzi Eyes going down, but Going gets the kill snipe, and they go on forward for it. This could be game right here, right now. Korn getting fired out. Colin trying to stall this one as long as he can. That's going to be Drug, answered in revenge. Insect is back up. Zero is alive as well, but it's a 4v2, and they are getting pushed all the way back to Fountain. Zero coming up, and that is going to be Cool, taking another kill onto Zero. They get the ace. They're going to get the game, and guess what, Froskurinn? It's going to blind pick.
And I hope we see another Yasuo pick. This was an amazing performance. I know Korn can also play that champion. I would love to see a Yasuo mirror match in this mid lane.
Yeah.
I'm just speechless right now.
I'm in awe. OMG has come up so massive. And the turnaround between games, they truly are the stuff of legends, and they're just sharing a laugh right there. Drug just looking over at going, yeah, we got it. We still got it. StarHorn looking crushed.
They've effectively identified a formula to pick through StarHorn Royal Club in this best-of-5 series. Pick or create safety for Son. You know, they've done that through either deep aggressive warding to kind of tag Insect, follow him around, or through lane swaps. Shifting their champion picks around, so not giving Son that early game lane or mid game power, but focusing back onto those hyper carries, making sure that Cool is on the most massive AoE champions imaginable. Orianna, Yasuo, giving Drug the. It's just so perfect, like where they
I know.
go.
Yeah, I don't have any words for it either, and we will just
it's the
have to find
adaptation
out.
of OMG, and that's what I love. Like, this is them showing their veteran status, that they came in, they got smashed, and they finally have figured it out, and a light has switched.
Yeah, somehow it has ticked on, and they find themselves in down to the wire. It's going to be game number 5, going to be blind pick, guys. We will be back with that in just a bit. You are watching the LPL playoffs, and boy, has it turned out to be something else. We'll be back in just a few.
In China, because you have to think that they're so used to being everyone trying to dive them into that backline. Exactly.
I think Corki might be a little more contestable at this point, although I would love to see, in this particular game at least, Uzi fall back onto Tristana. He was just a monster on her.
I think he'll go Vayne.
Ooh, speaking of monsters, that's the scariest Vayne in the world.
I would love to see Uzi's Vayne right here now.
It might be time. It's playoffs. Can't hold anything back.
Well, 4.13, she got quite a big buff. Attack speed now scales with the highest attack speed in the game, up there with Tristana, Caitlyn, 4%. The damage on her ultimate buffed across the board, and of course, you think attack speed already scales so well with Vayne. She gets effectively a free BF sword every time she presses R, has that bork available, so I would love to see that come out. But into picks and bans, StarHorn World Club, this time on blue side. It's going to be OMG on the red side, and Alistair.
Yeah, there's the Ori ban.
Okay, so no one's getting it.
Yeah, not this time. We'll have to see how the mid lane does turn out. But does OMG focus all their attention on that mid lane? They've been doing it so far. Aurelia now banned away from going. He's still got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, but this will already be a very different champion pick phase.
Exactly, that takes away the 2 champions that going has played so far in this series, Orianna and Alistair, so see what
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are getting into game number 4, OMG versus StarHorn Royal Club. OMG was really displaying a much cleaner level of play last time. Froskurinn, I think they might have a chance in this one.
We are moving on to game 4, so they certainly bought themselves an opportunity, and by bot, I mean Orianna and Cool.
Yeah, Cool was absolutely massive that game. Well, he didn't single-handedly carry it, but he certainly helped out. Those shockwaves, multi-million-dollar right there.
It's just he's going to fall back on, whether that be his Shyvana, whether that be his Rise, previously banned away from him.
Maokai taken away. That's pretty much been constant throughout the night. A lot of top lane focus so far, but so far the Fizz is still open for Corn. This is danger territory. Do they spend it there, or do they just let it through?
Likewise, the Rise still open. See if going will go that route. Obviously, in a heated discussion with Alan right here.
They're thinking about it.
What's it gonna be, boys?
Still got 13 seconds. Easy there.
Are they gonna focus Corn? Are they gonna go after Insect?
Nah, they go for Corn. I think you have to. He's been a pretty massive force in the team too, but that leaves Yasuo open. And if Corn goes for that, it would also be scary. But yeah, they choose the Rise priority.
And this is so smart because it takes away from going, and it also limits the fact that Yasuo should not be picked here because it's a counter pick. Come on, guys.
I don't even. They're really thinking about it.
They could try to mismatch it.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's a flex pick.
You don't want that to go into Rise.
No, most definitely not. So it might be like that weird like mid top lane swap, but in the end they do lock it in, as well as the Lee Sin takeaway from Insect. But this is going to mean Thresh could go over into Zero's hands.
Such a struggle too. What, she's been played all 3 games so far.
She has 100% win rate this
100% win rate all 3 games.
Yeah.
Expect that trend to continue. I wonder if we'll see.
We just see a ban of it. Just like, all right, no one gets Orianna. She's too good.
Well, typically the answer is that you play the assassin because you just kill the AOE mid laner, and then you roam and you kill the other lanes. But either mid has really kind of stayed away from that. I mean, I guess we had the Ahri pick it initially in the first game, but Cool really couldn't find his roam.
Yeah, it was curious there. I think in this next game, OMG can stick to that type of strategy, but let's see how the picks and bans play out, because those have determined a huge part of how these games have gone down, and I think OMG has found a bit of stride even with Dada. I think they want to prioritize putting him on Thresh again. That was pretty big.
Thresh was a big priority pick for them. Definitely think Orianna is going to be contested. I don't know if they'll go back to the Nocturne pick. Kind of on the fence about that.
I feel like it was just sort of a cheeky way of saying Drug can play whatever Insect can.
They had some, really creative uses for it when they were doing the 4-1 split push, and obviously utilizing the semi-global presence of the Paranoia and being able to get involved should a team fight break out. Aurelia, we'll be curious to see if StarHorn World Cup try to take that pick away from Going, because, we talked about the Orianna, but consistently, even through the games that OMG have lost, Going is showing up on this champion in a big way.
Massively. And Going has honestly been the reason when they have lost that they haven't lost as soon. He's somebody that StarHorn absolutely has to deal with, and you wonder if maybe they try the lane swap this time. I know this is not Uzi's style. He's going to want to force the 2v2 in a lot of situations.
Just to shut down Going?
Yeah, just to deal with that early, because they know that Son's not going to have a great early game anyways.
No, I think that is a viable option for them, because I think you're 100% right. OMG has recognized that, hey, if we give this guy the 1v1, he's going to come out on top, and we can just, protect our bot lane, play super passive. Son has never been, recognized as a lane AD carry. You can say has had some lackluster performance in the series so far, but has definitely always been recognized for his potential in team fighting. And obviously something is working for OMG, at least as far as last game. We'll see if they can continue that momentum into Game 4, and we might see a blind pick, Pyra.
Oh, I would be very excited. It has not gone that way just yet. The Maokais will be everywhere. There will be trees. There will be Lee Sins.
There will be fizzes, I hope.
Yeah, and probably 2 Kog'Maws.
I don't know, the mobility of Corki and Tristana and Lucian is so very